Hi guys, welcome to my weekly vlog of learning to day trade penny stocks. This week was a red week on the market for me, partly due to inexperience, partly due to disregarding some key rules. So going to break down the trade. Let's go to the chart. So the ticker that I traded was NPT for a first green day bounce. So look at the daily chart first of all, and can see it's not been on the Nasdaq that long, so since October 25. So that's the first thing to consider. Ideally, we want a history here so we can see typically how this stock will move. Don't really have that. It only goes back, as I say, as far as October 25. Can see it had a run here in March 26. So that's also something to consider. And then its most recent run, which is the highest volume it's ever done, 142 mil in volume. And it's gone from around the 120s up to over $12. So it closed up around 280%, I think, on its day one. So put it on my watch list, waiting for a pullback and to see if it can bounce. So couple of things to consider. A, as I said, we haven't got history to look at. If we do look at the run that it had previously, it dumped the whole way down, came back to lower than where it came from, and then started to do its bounce. So can see historically it's not got the capacity to bounce. It's not showing that it wants to bounce in the past. So chances are it's going to do a similar thing and just go back all the way to where it came from, which is often what Chinese tickers can do as well. So I'm going to look into the reasons why I took the trade first of all, and then go back to all the negatives of why I shouldn't have. So go into the intraday chart. This is its day one, massive pullback, and then I'm trying to trade it here on day three. So the reason I'm looking at this area is because it's come back down to this. So day two's low, kind of this area of support here, and ideally I'd like it to hold that, but it's broken down there, but it's still coming down to this key level here of support from day one. And I'm still looking at it because it's close to the red-green area. So I got a little bit fixated on this, the fact that it was chopping around this previous day's low and previous day's close area, that I overlooked everything else. So if we go into the negatives of this trade, A, it's a Chinese ticker. B, there's no PR behind it. There's also no history of bouncing. It's not been on the Nasdaq that long. Also, it's retraced a massive part of its move, which is normally a no-go for me. I'd actually take it off my watch list if it's come down this far, but I didn't, so I'd overlook that. And then the spread on it was also large. I'm trying to think if there's any other reasons why I shouldn't have taken this trade. Also, yeah, that's the thing. All Chinese tickers have been winning at the moment. That's what's been hot. But at this point, none of them had shown that they wanted to do big bounces. So really, I should have been waiting to see how these Chinese runners behaved, see if one wants to do a massive bounce first and then look at maybe the next one. But at this point, none of the Chinese tickers, unless I've missed one, had pulled back this much and then done a bounce. So there's nothing to show me that this is going to be a theme. So yeah, I do know first green day bounces pretty well. And I know that Chinese ones aren't the best ones to trade. And I also know the retracement on this is too large. But I overlooked those things. So let me go into where I actually took the trade. So on this day here, so yeah, I got quite fixated on this area, this red-green area, and the spread, as I said, was 30 cent spread. So I know in the past I don't normally take that trade at all. Well, I don't. But again, I overlooked that, and I took an entry, averaged in at 254, I think it was. Yeah, And so I got in fine price, but the point is that you can't necessarily get out at the risk that you want, which I was risking off 249, which is like the previous day's close, just underneath there, just to make it to that $0.50 mark. And so when it broke my risk, which was the 249 area, I couldn't get out at the price I wanted, and I had to sell, I think, at 236, which is 7% loss. And I wasn't going to wait for it to recover. I have to get out whatever price it's given me at that point, because this could literally come all the way down here. So it's a really bad trade for me, trading at such a large spread. And it's fine if I get the analysis wrong, which I did as well, because you can have risk. But if you can't have tight risk because the spread's so large, then it's a really bad trade. So yeah, I lost 7% on that. Then took another entry before the market opened because I thought I can have a stop loss in place for that at least. And then didn't realise my stop order didn't go through. Didn't realise for a good minute or so. I just thought, right, I'm out of the trade, that's fine. And then had to cut again and take almost another 7% loss when I realised my stop wasn't there and I was still in the trade. So really poor trade in terms of the gambling aspect of it, taking it on such a large spread. I won't be doing that again. And also overlooking all the key data that I've mentioned about it being Chinese and no PR. It's retraced so much. No other Chinese tickers in this couple of weeks have been bouncing. The history that it's got, I don't know why, I just got so hung up on this minute red-green area and the fact that it's coming down to this level here. It's not enough to think that this is a good trade. You can't sort of negate all the other things that's telling you this isn't a good setup. But the good thing is, this is exactly why I'm still trading on a 2K account, because I'm still inexperienced, I'm still making these mistakes and I can learn from it. And this is feeding into my data for hard rules that I'm putting in place, which I'm feeling really positive about. So what would have been a better trade, even though I disregarded this one, and for good reason as well, later on in the week, we did have two of the Chinese runners, VSME, retrace a massive part of their move and then do a bounce. And at the same time, BYAH, again, retrace a massive part of their move, another Chinese ticker, and do a big bounce. So this is where you can start to think, okay, the retracement's not ideal. This is not a good setup, but the fact that the Chinese tickers are retracing their entire move and then bouncing, maybe you could look for an entry on a first green day bounce then, which is exactly what DSY did. Had this big run, retraced its entire move, and then did the bounce. I saw this setup and I didn't take it, and I'm okay with not taking it because of NPT. I thought, you know what, my rules are when they've retraced a certain amount, I won't take them. Let's learn from my lesson and not take the next one. So DSY, I crossed it off my list, and I'm fine with that. Did have nice basing action, and the fact that VSME and BYAH had a big bounce after retracing this much, I could see why people might consider it based on that alone, because of VSME and BYAH. Otherwise, I don't see a trade in this. It's not a good setup for me. It's not something I would take, so I'm all right with missing that. The other trade that I did take was STI for a first green day bounce as well. So daily chart really quickly. Here's its run up, pull back, trying to play it for a bounce on this day off the $20 mark. Nice area to trade it from. It's pushing around that red green level. I took some pre-market because it was holding red green. I cut, and then I can see on market open it reclaimed it and then did a massive bounce. I would have definitely jumped back in this trade, but I was in NPT and that took all my focus, so I missed out on that one. So that would have been a nice trade for me. And then I also had eyes on CHOW for a day one move. As I said, all Chinese tickers have been running. This had a nice push after hours, big push pre-market, and I'm looking to trade it on day 1, because all it did was fade off, and I'm thinking if this fades off down to this key level of support after hours, then that'll be a nice trade. But again, same thing I did last week. I popped out to the shop, came back and missed my entry. So yeah, definitely would have put big size on that. I say big size, I was trading with a 2k count, but larger size for me. And then, it would have been a massive bounce there, over 100% move. So yeah, would have been my best trading week yet, but obviously got it wrong with MPT, missed out on the trades that I should have been taking, and yeah, it is what it is. But the positives I'm taking from this week is that this is exactly why I'm still trading with a small account. I'm still making mistakes like this, and I still need to build my hard rules and my data. That's only going to get better over time. And always remember to take a step back, zoom out, and actually give weight to the facts that are there in front of you, and don't disregard them. You can disregard 1 or 2 if the other pros outweigh them. But in the case of NPT, there were so many things that were telling me this isn't a good setup, and yeah, I overlooked them. So definitely something to learn from. So these rules that I'm building are going to make me feel more safe and take some of the guesswork out of my hands, because a lot of trading, it's my judgment, my analysis, my read on the market. So to couple that with hard rules backed by data and experience is going to be a massive assistance. I'm also feeling really positive that in the last 2 weeks, I've seen 2 premium setups that were day 1 setups, don't normally trade them. Missed both of them, but both hit my key levels. If I was around and didn't stupidly pop to the shops, I would have traded them, I would have put size on them, and they would have been my biggest trade so far. So just need to make sure that I'm patient, because the opportunities, they do come, I can identify them, and I just need to stay switched on and actually trade them when they present themselves and not pop out to the shop. So yeah, feeling positive. Let's see what happens next week. Cheers for watching, and catch you next Sunday.